Hey guys, it's Jess again. So today I wanted to go through the specifics of taking care of your knives and your cutting board. This is really important because this is the start of all of your meals. You're going to do your slicing, your chopping, and you really want it to be as efficient and clean as possible. So first, the steel, which I introduced in our last knife video, and then how to use it. So what we're doing is when you have your knife, the blade comes together at a point, and it's really two pieces that are pushed together, and as you use them, the points will kind of separate, which dulls your knife. So what you want to do is bring those two sides back together, and you use that, or you do that with a hone, or you do that with a steel, and it's honing your knife. So what you're going to want to do is hold the steel in one hand. Always make sure that your fingers are behind this guard right here. And then you're going to take the knife in your other hand, and I like to have my finger kind of up, not touching the blade itself, but just at the top of the hilt. And then I use my thumb to stabilize it on the other side. That side faces up, and then the blade's facing towards me. And in one swift motion, I'm going to pull, and you want to make sure that you go from edge to edge of the blade, and you can do that several times. And once you've done about 5 to 10 times, flip your knife over, and you're going to do the same thing and stabilize it with your thumb. And I'm going to do one swift motion from tip to tip and bring it back towards me. Now the blade itself is facing away from me, but I am bringing it towards me. This way you're never going to bring the blade towards you, which is the last thing you want to do, and it's going to maintain safety and just make sure you have a nice even hone on your blade. After I've honed a knife, I do like to wipe off the blade because this steel just sits in my drawer, and I want to make sure that there's no kind of transfer from the steel to my knife. We'll do the same thing with the smaller one. Now with these smaller knives, I don't really brace with my thumb because it doesn't feel as necessary, but I will still use my thumb at the top of the hilt and pull backwards. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll rotate it over, and then we're going to pull towards us with the blade away from us. Alright, and then with the last one, it's going to be the same thing. It's also a much smaller knife, so this one's really easy to do, and you'll just do it a couple times both ways. Just like that, and that's how you hone your knife. So the second part that I want to be talking about today is taking care of your cutting board. Now, there are many different kinds of cutting boards out there. You have your wooden cutting boards that I have in front of me. You also have plastic ones, and then the godforsaken glass ones. And please, if you care about your knives, don't use those ones because those are going to absolutely destroy them. I don't know who still uses glass cutting boards, but if you do, you should stop. So with the wooden cutting board, you're going to notice that it will get a lot of scratches into it and grooves from using your knife on it repeatedly. That's okay. But then when you go to wash it, you want to make sure that you don't let it sit in the water. And you can wash it with just like a mild soap, dry it immediately, and then you can actually put oil on it. You can do any natural food oil. And I use olive oil or the rind of like a lemon, and you can just use like the skin part of it and rub it across your board. And I rub it until like I'm no longer seeing like oily residue on my hand. For plastic cutting boards, they're a lot easier, and they don't absorb as much, so you can throw those right into the dishwasher. And that's it. So please subscribe to our channel.